Another person a second chance at life. I'm William Shatner. Tonight, true stories of caring people who help those in real need on Rescue 911. We begin on July 26, 1989, near Chico, California, where 17-year-old Sue Miller and a group of high school friends were spending a hot summer day on the Sacramento River.
As long as I've lived here, it's been the thing to tube down the Sacramento, and I had never done it before. I don't think most any of us had.
So where are the sandwiches, you guys? They're coming.
At first I was a little leery, because I'd heard a lot of horror stories about going down the river. You had to be careful because of the snags, but the water was so calm that it didn't seem like, anything could hurt you.
All right, who wants that?
We had brought an ice chest along to bring Cokes and stuff in, and it kept floating away, and it was just a bother. People were just, everyone go get the ice chest. So Reed decided he'd just loosely tie the rope around his ankle just to keep the ice chest there, and we wouldn't have to worry about it floating away.
15-year-old Reed Taylor, star quarterback of his high school football team, was the only one on an inflatable raft that day.
We had some zinc to put on our face, like red and green, and so Reed started drawing lightning bolts or, just goofing off. He's real fun. We were having a really good time.
Although the air temperature was 105 degrees that day, the water was only 55. Unlike the others, 17-year-old Shelley Carrier had been tubing before.
It took quite a while for everyone to get in because it was so cold. And right when we got in, another girl and I had noticed that there was a snag. And so we said, you need to put your feet in and kick out of the way. Everyone kind of ignored us. It's cold. We don't want to put our feet in.
About a mile upstream was a boat dock and restaurant owned by John Scott. On his own, he patrolled the river, helping boaters and tubers in trouble.
I've lived here all my life, and I know the river, and I know how to operate it. When the river's up high, most of the snags are covered up, and most people float over top the snags, and we don't have a whole lot of problems. But when the water's down low, there's snags everywhere, and it's a nightmare for us and for everybody else out there on the river.
Reed was on the raft. He really couldn't kick, and there was so much weight I couldn't, kick hard enough to pull us away from the snag, so we basically just headed right for the snag. The current was so strong that it just pulled me right under the snag. And when I came up on their side, my foot was caught in the branches that were under the water. He somehow got my foot loose, stuck me on his raft, pushed me away, and told me he'd be there soon. His back was to me, and it seemed like he was clutching to the snag, and I couldn't understand why didn't he just climb onto the snag. Once the river turned, I couldn't see him anymore, and I just kept waiting. I kept looking to see when he was coming, and he never came.
Wait a minute, hold on.
A passing bicyclist spotted Reed struggling and went to get help. Cindy Waters was tubing with a friend that day when she heard Reed scream for help.
He didn't say anything until we were right there. And once you get right there, there's nothing you can do because the current just takes you past. He looked horrified. He was in sheer terror. He'd go through his moments of not saying anything, and then all of a sudden he'd just start screaming again. I hurried my way back through the berry bushes the best I could. I couldn't climb from the shore to the snag, I had to jump back into the river because of how dense the berry vines were through there. When I was on the snag, I only had one free hand. I'd pulled on the rope to bring him towards me and stuck the rope into my teeth so he wouldn't slip back into the water, and used my free hand to pull up some more, but from his waist to his head, he was still submerged underwater. I was desperate to try to save him, and I started chewing on the rope.
I seen a life go right out of him, and you could see him moving in the current, but it wasn't from him being alive. It was because the water was moving him. I wanted to do whatever I could do to help him, but what I did wasn't good enough. I knew there was nothing I could do to save him. I got sucked back down the stream, past the point of even being able to hang back on to the shore again.
I don't know what happened to him. We tubed for about, I'd say, 10, 15 more minutes, and he never came.
We gotta go find him right now.
We thought maybe he was walking. And at one time, I even remember we were mad because we thought he was joking around, because he's that kind of guy. And we just, we're yelling his name. We're like, this isn't funny anymore. What are you doing? And there's no answer.
When we continue.
When I picked up the rope, I didn't even see anything. And all of a sudden, I seen his leg come out.
Got his leg. Get the rope. Put the rope.